Take two. Okay. Tomorrow night's games. There's two of them in the afternoon, which is why I'm doing this tonight and not tomorrow morning. April 21st. So for those of you who enjoyed the April 20, the 420, you're gonna have to wake up tomorrow if you want to watch games. Even on the East Coast, come on. I mean, if you had a good time, 3 in the afternoon might be kind of early, but hey, get with it. And the funny thing is, for anybody who has that 420 question, for me, my answer is I've never done it. Not even close. There's always been accusations on videos that oh, he's drunk tonight, or he's this, or he's that. He's obviously using. I have never used any drugs of that variety. I've even had people ask me if I'm on a certain drug, and I've had to ask Yvonne, what are they talking about? So if that's actually happened, where I've had to ask my wife, so this drug that they're saying I use, what are they talking about? What is it? I don't use drugs. I don't even know. I don't I don't. I remember a friend of mine who
See, you're talking like I'm some drug expert or something.
no, it's just it shows how ignorant I am of it. I had a friend that he used to go out and he got stoned regularly in high school because, Chilliwack, there wasn't much else to do. I always found video games though, so I didn't need to, and then people would tell me why I should smoke pot, and I'd be like, well, what does it do for me? And they'd be like, it does this and this and this, and I'm like, so I can just stay up all night at a slumber party and drink pop and get pretty much the same effect as long as I'm really overtired. And it just never appealed to me. So that's never been a thing in my life. And my friend who was a stoner, I'd always use the wrong terminology. So I would try to sound hip, like, oh yeah, go out and I don't remember the term I used, but I used a term for if he was gonna go out and smoke pot at lunch or whatever he was gonna do, and he would just laugh at me, be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's right, Shannon, I'm gonna do that. So, yeah, nerdular to the nth degree, and that's always been me. So not only do I not swear on my channel, but I don't use any kind of drugs off of it. I'm really boring. But if you want to find out how boring I am, come out tomorrow night to the game. So before I get into the preview, and I'm going to timestamp this so you guys don't have to worry about it, there is a waiver. Yvonne.
Yes. There is a waiver. Sign the waiver.
Okay, I'm going to leave a link to the Patreon post, which contains the waiver. You can download that, print it on your computer, and bring it. If you're under the age of 18, there is a space there for your parents to sign it. And
so if your parents won't be there, fill it out at home and bring it with you.
Right. So there you go. And again, it's one of those things where we don't legally have to have it. It's good to have it. So again, tomorrow night we're doing the Brody Hintz Memorial for Brody, who passed away on the Humboldt bus. And this will be an annual thing. It'll be far more organized next time. This time it's just sort of a all over the place thing. And yeah, so there you go. There's your final little bit on that for tonight. And I threw that into this video to make sure that as many people saw it as possible. Just in case you're coming out tomorrow night. So let's start it off. Columbus, Washington. Teams that can't win at home. Columbus can't win at home. Washington can't win at home. I don't have a read on this series. Washington won the last game easy. And once Braden Holtby went in, this series seems to have changed. But as comfortable as Holtby looks, and as everybody's really happy about Holtby, all I keep thinking is, yeah, but the Caps haven't been out of the second round in a long time. So don't count any chickens with the Capitals right now, because they have made a tradition out of somehow losing when they shouldn't. And I hate to sound that way. I really do. But that's really kind of the tradition they have. On the point side of things for Columbus, Panarin has 2 goals and 5 assists. Jones, 2 goals and 2 assists. Atkinson, 2 goals and 2 assists. And that's the end of the points per game parade for Columbus. On the hit side of things, Foligno with 15. He's now the only surviving Foligno brother in these playoffs. Marcus's team being eliminated tonight by the Winnipeg Jets. Jenner 14, Calvert with 12, and Dubois with 11. Pierre-Luc Dubois had an incredible coming out party. Even if Columbus loses this series, the Blue Jackets have that to hang their hats on. That really, Dubois has shown he is going to be a premier center in this league for a while. Ice time, Jones leads the way with 31 minutes and 8 seconds on average. Atkinson, 26 minutes and 49 seconds on average. And Panarin, 25 minutes and 46. And, of course, in this series, the numbers are inflated because 3 games went to overtime. In net, Bobrovsky's numbers, 2.73 goals against, 921 save percentage, and 165 shots against. Now, the fact Bobrovsky isn't being nominated for the Vezina this year, will that spur him on? No. Nah. I think Bobrovsky's been solid. It's just they've been outplayed by Washington since that second game. On the Washington side of things, Karlsson with a goal and 7 assists. So if he's leaving Washington, he's going out with a bang. Ovechkin, 3 goals and 3 assists. He's been excellent. And people are finally starting... I'm starting to hear more of this now of, well, we really can't blame Ovechkin. It's not really his fault. Yeah, you think? I came to that conclusion a few years ago, and my heart kind of sank when I realized it. Like, I had to stop making fun of Ovechkin every time they lost. Backstrom, 5 assists. Kuznetsov, 3 goals and 2 assists. On the hits parade, Orpik has 12, and everybody else is below 10. Orlov leads the way in ice time, 29 minutes and 21 seconds. Niskanen, 29 minutes and 9 seconds. Karlsson, 28 minutes and 19 seconds. In net, Braden Holtby, 1.33 goals against, 940 save percentage, 67 shots against. Holtby's looked pretty good. Now, of course, this is before the second round, so again, no matter what Washington does, that's always in the back of your mind, isn't it? That they lose 2 at home, they win 2 on the road. We should be like, well, they got momentum. I think Washington probably wins this one because a home team has to win one of these. In the afternoon, I would think that favors the home team. I don't know why I'm saying it, but I would think that favors the home team. But we'll see. Next up, New Jersey, Tampa. Tampa's up 3-1. This one probably closes out tomorrow. Points-wise, Taylor Hall, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points. He's the only New Jersey Devil with a point a game or higher. This is why everybody's picking him for Hart. 6 points, and the next highest point total on the team is 3. Hits, Coleman 16, Boyle 15, Palmieri 13. Ice time, Hall leads the way with 20 minutes and 56 seconds. Green 20 minutes and 55, Zajac 20 minutes and 50. Sami Vatanen is very visible by not being on this chart due to his injury. Schneider, 1.67 goals against, 951 save percentage, and 82 shots against. Corey Schneider's capable of being hot for, I'd say, 10 games at a time. You can get that out of him, and maybe Corey Schneider is on the verge of that. And I say that, although Tampa just looks so explosive offensively. And here's the explosion. Kucherov, 4 goals, 5 assists. Stamkos, a goal and 4 assists. Killorn, 4 goals and 1 assist. Miller, a goal and 3 assists. Palat, a goal and 3 assists. And those are your point a game or higher guys for Tampa. Hits, Killorn with 11, Girardi with 10, and everybody else below that. Ice time, Hedman leads the way with 26 minutes and 54 seconds per game. Strawman's next with 23 minutes and 16 seconds per game. And McDonough, 23 minutes and 14 seconds per game. Vasilevsky in net, 2.26 goals against, 937 save percentage, 142 shots against. So judging based on those save percentages, we should see a low-scoring game tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to be a low-chance game tomorrow, if this is going to be a game of chess, sort of like what Nashville and Colorado had through the first 2 periods tonight, and then it all broke in the third. I don't know if we're going to see that kind of game between New Jersey and Tampa. I would expect a lot of somewhat controversial plays, and at the same time, a lot of that hitting, a lot of those hits that are across the line or on the line, they sort of disappeared out of today's games compared to the previous ones, and I think it's because players are a lot more careful. They know just how important the elimination games are, and you don't want to be the one that threw the dirty hit that caused your team to get eliminated from the playoffs. You don't want to be that guy. So we may end up with a fast game. We may end up with a cleaner game than what we've seen between these two teams. And it will be very entertaining. I have no doubt in my mind. Speaking of entertaining, I saved this one for last because it's the last game on. And I will miss this because of the aforementioned game that I'm playing tomorrow. Boston leads the series 3-1 over Toronto. And honestly, this is probably over tomorrow night. But Mitch Marner finally is coming out party for the rest of the NHL fans that didn't seem to know how good Marner was. Goal and 4 assists. I've been talking up Marner for ages. Last summer, I did a video on who I thought were the most talented players below, I think it was 25, and I kind of got roasted for how high I had Marner. I still stand by that. Riley, 4 assists for him, and that's it for the points per game parade. Austin Matthews, 1 goal in 4 games. That just doesn't cut it. 1 point in 4 games does not cut it at all. Hits. Polak, 15. Zaitsev, 14. JVR, 13. Ice time. Gardner leads the way with 22 minutes and 7 seconds. Riley, 20 minutes and 53. And Zaitsev, 20 minutes and 35. Nikita Zaitsev. Fans and I think a lot of pundits right now are not happy with Zaitsev. And I think it's Zaitsev plays too much or he's overrated. I think it's one or the other. And I don't know if it's an overrating by Mike Babcock. I don't know if he's putting him out there in situations he shouldn't be out there in. But Zaitsev has not had a good series. In net, Freddie Anderson, 4.13 goals against, 880 save percentage, and 108 shots against. Anderson hasn't looked fantastic, but honestly, I don't place that on Anderson. The defense in front of him has been, most of the time when it's a goal that goes in, Anderson's just, he can't make the save anyways. And Boston's really managed to tear through that defense when they need to, being opportunistic. It's not necessarily about how many shots you get. It's about putting the ones in the back of the net that you get and making sure they're as close to the net and in the best scoring chance that you can get. Toronto's been taking shots from all over, trying to get through Rask, and I think it's starting to get to them. Pasternak leads the way in scoring for Boston, 4 goals and 7 assists. Marchand, 2 goals and 5 assists. Krug, goal and 5 assists. Bergeron, 5 assists, didn't play in the last game. I haven't heard he's going to be playing in the next game. And honestly, Riley Nash in the middle, it doesn't bother me. I don't have a problem with it. Krejci, 2 goals and 2 assists, by which I mean Nash in the middle on that first line, because he's fine. Marchand and Pasternak are fine with him. When you got Marchand and Pasternak on your wings, you're going to be pretty good. Nash is decent in faceoffs, so it doesn't bother me. Hits. Miller leads the way with 19. Achari, 14. Backus, 14. DeBrusk, 13. Ice time. Chara leads the way with 22 minutes and 50 seconds per game. McAvoy, 22 minutes and 5 seconds per game. And Krug with 21 minutes and 1 second per game. Krug, pure offense. McAvoy, a little of both. Still learning, making some rookie mistakes. And Chara, the grizzled veteran who's everywhere at once because he's 8'6" or whatever he is. Big dude, man. I have a funny feeling that Tampa and Boston could both punch their ticket tomorrow, and yet, if we learned anything today from Colorado and Philly, do not underestimate a team that's got their backs against the wall. And for that reason, Toronto scares me. New Jersey doesn't scare me as much, but it would be nice to see New Jersey get another win because they kind of... This series being 3-1 Tampa, I don't think is truly indicative of just how close this series has been. And it would be nice to see New Jersey get a win in 5. I can't see them coming back and beating Tampa, but it would be nice to see it a 6-game series instead of 5. Or even 7 if they can extend it to 6 and win at home, that kind of thing. Anyways, all bets are off based on what I saw from Philly today and what I saw from Colorado. I really don't want to get into it. You guys can get into it in the comment section below on who you think is going to win and why. But let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. Just happened upon this video. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again later. And I trust that I'll see some of you guys tomorrow night in Pitt Meadows.